Well, conditions outside pretty quiet here for the most part. And as we focus on what is happening here in the short term, that's really what we're going to monitor here because as we focus on the next few days, I'll tell you what, we had a little bit of rain last night. What we're going to continue to monitor is the fact that we have an opportunity for rain over the next couple of days here, especially for tomorrow. That's our main story here looking at ahead. If you go outside immediately, you're going to see a little bit of wet pavement. It rained a little bit overnight. I'm not really sold on the fact that we're going to see much rain today, but it was all from a pretty big system off to the west. And actually, I don't want to say a surprising system, but I think an overperformance of severe weather yesterday, which is kind of why we have these weather impact alert days, right? So temps in the mid to upper 60s. Yesterday, as I go off to the west, and I'll pull this back here, we actually had storms that really popped up. And watch this, as we had this hot dome of air over the top of us, watch how this complex of storms really bubbled up. I mean, there were 3 separate incidents where we had tornadoes. In fact, a pretty large tornado from Spring Hill with probably at least EF2 damage. So it's a pretty significant looking tornado. That complex died as it entered a less favorable atmosphere. And there are some storms north of Pike County right now. You'll see where that rain pushed through the area with not much fanfare. My car's wet. The pavement surface is wet. It's good for the grass. You don't have to water maybe for a second, but it's going to be so warm today because it's already in the low 80s that we're going to warm up pretty quickly. We have no problems whatsoever, but I want to pay attention to the rest of the next several hours. I can't rule out an isolated storm this afternoon, but we have so much hot air above the surface that it will limit our development. So like I said, the next few hours, we're in pretty good shape. Severe storms are still possible on Wednesday. I am not as optimistic about some widespread severe outbreak because of the amount of rounds of rain that we'll have. I think we have 1 or 2 severe storms embedded within that as we start to see this entire line out ahead of it. And we've talked about where the better opportunities are going to be ahead. Now, as we head into Wednesday, same type of situation. I still think that we're looking ahead at most of this area from Kansas City to Chicago, better threat for severe weather for us. Then the next day, our threat pushes out of here. Here's what it may look like, because I think in the morning we'll start off with cloud cover and a few showers, but by midday, another round of storms pushes through. Now, will they be on the stronger side? Not out of the question, and we'll see another round by the afternoon and evening, and then it eventually pushes out of here, and Thursday dries out. But it is still our weather impact alert day as we look for the potential for a few stronger storms embedded within that. I think overall things are going to be okay. And then we'll see another round of more heavy rain Friday into Saturday as we see our temperatures plunge throughout the weekend as quieter conditions remain in place. And then we dry out to start next week.
And stay on top of the storm chances this week. You can get the latest weather impact forecast anytime. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we will send a link to your phone.